thanks for coming back to my channel, Stay Forever True. So I'm just driving, and I just really wanted to get this video out to you all, and so you're gonna get what you're gonna get as far as the looks. Okay, so anyways, I wanted to come on and talk about something that I feel like is very important as you go through your spiritual journey, as you become more woke, as you start to become more in tune with your higher self, with your true self, and all that jazz, right? So all that little stuff. So I think it's important that once you come into this spiritual awakening, that you learn and you see and you become aware of making sure that you do not base your beliefs, base your practices, base your identity on dogging out or negating someone else's spiritual beliefs, spiritual practices. For example, I've seen videos where people will talk about Christianity, and they'll say, you know, people who are Christians are lost, people who do this is that, people that, you know, they're following this, they're following a dead God, a demigod, like they lost. Now, I kind of get where people are coming from when they do videos like that, because in some ways I feel like maybe they're responding to Christians, and I say Christians because I don't really think people who really are Christians do this. I think it's a whole other thing, but they're responding to religious people that are saying, oh, you don't believe in God, you don't believe in Jesus, you don't believe in this, you're going to hell. You burn sage, you're going to hell. You use crystals, you're going to hell. They're responding to people that's like that, right? So they feel like they have to defend themselves. Yeah. And in defending themselves, they dog out somebody's belief systems, and they break down why their belief systems isn't right or isn't, you know, whatever. And why, oh my gosh, y'all. And they say, oh, these people are so lost. So I get it, you know, you defend yourself, you do all that, but at some point I believe that you need to get away from defining yourself based off of what somebody is or isn't, and just define yourself based off of what you are, based off of what you believe in, based off of what you identify with, what you resonate with. Don't put so much energy into what a person is or isn't doing and why it's wrong, and oh, they pointed at us about this, but what about this? Like, don't keep feeding into that narrative of us versus them. Like, get out of that mindset, because I feel like all that does is keep pushing you lower and lower and lower. Like, that doesn't make, like, if you, okay, so say you leave religion, and I'm not just saying Christianity, I'm just saying like the idea of organized religion itself, like, because it's okay, anyway. So say you leave out of that, and then now you want to talk about why religion is so wrong, right? You want to talk about why this, that, and the third, and da, 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 da. Don't let that be your religion, because you dogging out another religion can become your religion. You get what I'm saying? Like, they can become your thought forms now. They can become your idea of identifying yourself. And I think the whole point of being on a spiritual journey and being in a frequency and being in a mindset and a practice of getting to who you are and being in your own entity, like really being you and embodying you, like who you really are besides everything else. The whole point of doing that is that you don't have to look to anybody to define you. And some people think that they're outside of that dogma, outside of that paradox of, you know, oh, this person is making me feel this way, and oh, I gotta compare myself. Some people think they're out of that, but they're not, because the main reason why they see themselves as a certain way is because they say, oh, I'm better than this person because I'm not doing this. The same with people who are in religion. Instead of them focusing on what the core beliefs and structures of their religion is, and being wrapped up within that, and getting their spiritual energy from that, they will then, instead of getting into that and being in their own belief system based off of their belief system, what they'll do is they'll say, well, that person is different from me, and so since that person is different from me and what I believe, I'm better than that person. And that's enough religion for them. That's enough spirituality for them. They don't have to do the work of actually being spiritual. of actually being religious, of actually being a person who believes what they believe and actually walking that walk, not just talking that talk. So don't become like that, because you leave out of that religion only to really be put right back into a religion, which is you dogging somebody out and saying how you're not like that person. Why do you want to do that? Isn't the whole point of us doing this is so that we can be sovereign? This hair, honey. So we can be sovereign, so we can be separate from that idea of you versus me and them. To get my belief systems and to get my substance from me, and to really tap into who I am as an individual, so that I can be sovereign, and that I'm not, just feeling like I feel good about myself because I'm not like this group of people. Like, that's not important to me at all. And I just think that sometimes when you get on this journey, like, that becomes, I already inserted in my card. That becomes the way people start to think and believe, and I just don't want to be in that space. To me, that's negative. To me, that's not elevating myself. I'm not elevating myself when I do that. All I'm doing is continuing to look at you and what you're not doing and saying that I'm better than you. Who does that? Like, who wants to do that? I don't want to be in that space. Y'all, I'm at the ATM, but I don't want to be in that space. Y'all let me know if this resonates with you, and do you kind of find yourself doing that? I think sometimes once you come out of one way of thinking, so what I was trying to get at is that, when people go into a new way of thinking, or they learn something new and it really resonates with them, like, sometimes the first thing people do is they look at everybody else and they're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that you've been doing it this way. This is so wrong. Like, they try to convince everybody around them to come to their way of thinking, and they like really put a lot of energy into other people. And whatever, do what you got to do to get through the process, but don't let that continue to be the way you live going forward, in my opinion, because that is miserable. It's horrible. And at the end of the day, this is your journey. Do not let your journey be about trying to convince the masses to come over to your way of thinking. Do that by being who you are, living your lifestyle, and people will see it. People will be like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I will have whatever she's having, because they will actually see the work being done. They will see the light coming from you. They will see the transformation within you, versus you trying to convince them and ultimately convince yourself. So yeah, that's that. Hey y'all, so I just wanted to just finish my thought real quick. So got my eyebrows done. So yeah, I just want to be at a point where my definition of me has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with them. It's all about me. That's where I feel like you are truly who you are. It's not based off of somebody else, an outside energy, an outside threat, or them over there. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared of them, and oh no, they're gonna be in this place, and this is gonna happen to them. Like, who cares? That has nothing to do with you. It really doesn't. You came here to learn about yourself, and to get to your, and to be connected back to source through you, like through your own experiences, through your own thoughts, through your own just meditating with yourself. And I'm probably not explaining this like exactly how I want to explain it, but I just feel like we came here to see ourselves, like, but in this earthly realm, if that makes any sense. Like, that's how I feel like I came here for. I came here to really see who I really am, and then to see what I can do, see what I can accomplish, see who I can connect with, see who I can touch on this earthly plane, right? That's why I feel like, I came here to do it as an entity. I feel like we all come here to experience it, to experience what it means to be a human, what it means to be here on earth. That's what we came here for. And I feel like you do that by learning about yourself, because there's so much that we have to learn about ourselves and work on ourselves, that if we're constantly putting energy towards other people, we will never master ourselves. We will never master our emotions, our thoughts. We won't get to that point. And what's the point of being here if all we're going to do is put all our energy into somebody else's cup? There's no point. To me, it's no point. It really isn't. So that's where I wanted to leave you all with. Let me know, did it resonate? Did y'all get anything from it? About to take these kids outside, but I hope y'all can't even really freaking see this drawing that I did. but it's like an affirmation, whatever. I'm making a whole sticker out of it. So some of y'all gonna be getting them. If you place orders with me, I'm gonna be sending y'all some stuff. But that's that. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching.